Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is not only a religious head, a prophet, and a great personality, but he is also a great scientist. He advised certain things 1400 years ago, which are still valid and which are being pondered by the scientific individuals today. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was very much fond of maswak, cleaning teeth, combing hair, and a surma, which is a powder which is placed in the eyes to combat certain infections. The science is that uh, when we are doing maswak, then we are cleaning our teeth and the bacteria which are inside the mouth, the normal flora, they do not get entry into the bloodstream. The bacteria like Staphylococcus epidermidis, Streptococcus pyogenes, Streptococcus mutans, Molari, and sanguinus, and so many other bacteria like actinomyces, they get entry into the bloodstream and they cause diseases like endocarditis and other problems. So he was very fond of doing maswak, which is comparatively a very safer method. It has been researched that when we are doing the brushes, using the brushes, nylon brushes, then there is abrasion, there is, a breaking of vessels in the gingival margins in the mouth, and the science has proven and they have investigated and researched that when after brushing they examined the blood, then there were millions of bacteria inside, and maswak is a safer method. There are no such problems. Then the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was very fond of hearing with comb. He used to have comb always with him. Now the science proves that there are uh, certain diseases which are spread through the lices. The lices have rickettsia group of microorganisms in their mouths, and when they bite a person, then the infection spreads to the blood vessels. They reside in the endothelial lining of the blood vessels, and there is clogging of the blood vessels, and then we say that the person or the child has become, you know, he cannot think properly, he cannot remember, and so many things like that. So, combing is a good practice which avoids the presence of the lysis, and then it also increases the blood flow of the head. Then, thirdly, the Prophet ﷺ, he used to have surma with him always, and he used to place it in his eyes. The Prophet was so habitual about it that always he had this practice. The scientific basis is that they say that in surma, the original surma, not the one we have in our homes nowadays, commercial surmas, the original surma has antimony compounds in it, and the antimony compound is effective against so many microorganisms and bacteria like rickettsia and certain other parasites, so against which the other drugs are not effective. So there is a logic that using surma avoids uh, with you with so many infections and problems. That was the logic. Then the Prophet said that don't keep dogs in your house. Now we know that there are very much diseases which are spread through the dogs. If you keep them in your house and you confront their feces, uh, there where we can have rabies, we can have toxicara canis type of parasites, and certain other diseases. So there is a logic. So if we ponder very carefully, the Prophet ﷺ said so many medicinal things which are still appreciated by the science. The Prophet said that whenever you are eating and you drop your meal on the ground, then you should suck your fingers and you should, eat that food. Definitely, it applies to the areas which are clean, as uh, it was in the case of the Arabs. There was sand, not the places where there is dirty, soil. So now the science says that we have bacteria like streptomyces, from which the initial antibiotic was made, streptomycin. Then we have penicillin fungus in it, from which the penicillinase enzyme was used against the killing of bacteria. Thank you.